In the closing arguments, the Depp lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
No, why was that where you fucking took it? You are so fucking stupid. Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody back to Comic Crow. And Amber Heard has been on a PR media blitz. And by that I mean blitz is in she's been running face first into concrete for like a week. So for those who are unaware, Amber Heard has lost her defamation lawsuit to Johnny Depp. Well, I don't know why you clicked on this video if you didn't know that yet. But not even since losing, about midway into the trial, Amber Heard, I think at this point it was pretty obvious to everyone she was going to lose. Got very frustrated, fired her entire PR team, and then hired a brand new one in. The new team, from the very get-go, started blasting out articles, very positive Amber Heard articles and very negative Johnny Depp articles. They were all these kind of just weird outlets. By weird outlets, I don't mean they were on NBC or anything. But they would pop up occasionally, and then there were these blue checkmark Twitter accounts that limited who could respond to them, talking about how Amber Heard was actually the one who was abused and you can't trust the dirty males. And then you also had, and I shit you not, on Amber Heard losing a Twitter campaign called hashtag Cut for Amber. I don't know if that was related to the media blitz, but Amber Heard's attorney Elaine went out and started giving interviews and quite quickly got got her face crushed into the pavement, and all of a sudden stopped doing interviews. Well, now we have Amber Heard doing hers. But actually, let me just address one other thing, because I am very curious. Who is paying these people? I've seen Washington Post now come out. Insider, although I think that also has to do with the fact that Kat Tenbarge is BFFs with Taylor Lorenz, the discredited journalist at the Washington Post, who is in a whole scandal because she decided to lie in her article where she was pretty clearly targeting YouTubers because, far be it from the Washington Post, the paper that originally published Amber Heard's defamatory statements, to not do something incredibly disgusting like this. But I have some clips pulled up, and these are from at Ellis Gray on Twitter. And the first part of the interview is actually out on Twitter right now. I would play through this, but since it's 9 minutes long and I have no clue what the copyright shit would be with this stuff, and I have no clue, but the Amber Heard stuff can be very dangerous for people's YouTube channels. So I'm being a little bit more careful, and we'll just play a few of the clips because they're fucking comedic gold.
Character, and people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Their job is to not be dazzled by that. Their job is to look at the facts and the evidence. And they did not believe your testimony or your evidence.
How could they, after listening to 3.5 weeks of testimony about how I was a non-credible person, not to believe a word that came out of my mouth? He's a beloved character.
Their job is to look at that.
Yeah, okay, so let's break that down really quick. First off, she's basically saying that the jury was just bedazzled by Johnny Depp, and they couldn't even look at her and take her seriously because they were bedazzled. But then it goes into, their job is to ignore that. It turns into, it's because his attorneys discredited me. Look, even now, Amber Heard can't acknowledge that there were incredible issues with her testimony that related to her very apparent lack of credibility, and none of the evidence. She's talked about having mountains of evidence, even the stuff that was excluded, right? You can go find it online. She's full of shit. But look, if An opposing counsel can attack you on the stand, absolutely, and it is their job to show, it's their job to advocate for their client, and if they think that you are lying, it's their job to show that to the jury. And here's the problem: Amber Heard's a fucking liar. That's all. There you go. That's it. She's a liar. She's a pretty obvious liar, and she was caught in very obvious lies. At one point, Amber Heard was shown the exact same photo. And what was interesting about Depp's attorneys doing this to her was that she had testified under oath that the same photo belonged to two separate incidents, one in 2015 and one in 2016. There you go. She talks about like she had this incredible lack of credibility because they listen to people saying not to trust me. No, bitch. They listen to people contradicting your fucking story, and those people had proof that you were lying. What? Goddamn. Randos. I haven't heard this clip yet. I haven't heard this clip yet, so hopefully it's a fun one.
The jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying.
How could, I'll put it this way, how could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony from paid employees, and towards the end of the trial, randos, as I say.
The jury.
Oh, that's what she means by randos. Okay, one of the people that was called towards the end of the trial was Kate Moss, and she was only called because Amber Heard opened her goddamn mouth and said that she was terrified that Johnny Depp was going to do to her sister, what he had done to Kate Moss. Or that was the implication by invoking her name. And Kate Moss testified, right? Look, everybody who came up and testified, one of the randos that she's referring to was the owner or the manager at the hotel that Amber Heard had stayed at with Johnny Depp. And he was the guy that was there at the time of one of these alleged incidents occurring. Well, she said on the stand, I have no clue who that is. I don't even know if he works there. Like, my goodness, this woman on every level is just oh my gosh, just such an unlikable human being. In fact, I am using the word human being very loosely here when referring to Amber Heard, just to be clear for everybody.
He's a beloved character, and people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Their job is to not be dazzled.
Oh shit, I got that pulled up. Okay, I still like that clip though, 'cause it's fucking great. I gotta give, I don't even want to give credit because I don't like mainstream journalists, but that Savannah Guthrie was actually, she did ask some really good questions of Amber. She didn't tear into her relentlessly, and I'll be honest, I'm just watching these clips, but these are good questions, and I don't even know if Savannah actually needs to follow up on any of it, because I mean, my goodness, the best way to discredit Amber Heard is just to ask her a question and listen to her response to it. Because it's going to be fucking batshit crazy. Oh, man. Okay, all right. Final one.
Even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You cannot tell me that you think that this has been fair. Even if you think.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's talk. On social media, look, before this trial, like in the UK trial and everything, I remember people on social media were not exactly fans of Johnny Depp, based on the accusations, based on the ruling in that court case. I don't know what else to say. I guess public opinion has shifted. I mean, look, let's be real. People canceled Johnny Depp. He lost his career over just Amber Heard's allegation. Amber Heard has lost her credibility over, hours upon hours of witness testimony, expert witness testimony, her own stories being put under an actual microscope. seeing the photos that she presented to the court, and seeing that they were run through a photo editing software. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say here, but I guess what's that fucking terrible old saying? Denial is not just a river in fucking Egypt. Like, my goodness, this is insane, though. I gotta say, I did think it was kind of funny, because I've been paying attention to Rekieta Law talking about, like, the legal commentary around this from some people, and I think he's right. Like, I think he's like 100% right. These people have their heads lodged so far up their own asses that they're openly arguing that because of technicalities, Amber Heard should have won entirely, and it's so wrong that Johnny. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you think like, legal technicalities suck for most people, all right? Like, usually when you refer to like a legal technicality, so someone get out of something that you don't feel is really like just for them. That's the time when you talk about, oh man, that technicality, right? You don't sit there and say, oh gosh, she totally, like, don't you see all the work she did to not get sued for defamation when she was clearly defaming the person? But look at all the extra steps she took to not get caught. It's fucking insane, I swear to God. All right, guys, well, you let me know what you think in the comments section. This is an interesting one, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse.